Oh my ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. Today I feel like all my birthdays and Christmases have come at once. I've splurged. Me ducks, I have splurged. I've taken a delivery today of a parcel. It's taken a while, but that's UPS to this country. It's not great, and it was held for a bit because I had to pay some customs on it. But if you've been watching my channel recently, you will have seen that I've had just an obsession really with Marco Benedetti decks. Started with a Constantinople RWS, which I love, handmade, and then the Metelli, which is a kind of restored and missing cards added, that has this Rivoltini borders, which I love. I also got the Gassman, which is up on the shelf. And then most recently the Bordoni, which I adore. It's one of my favourite ever decks now. I love the colours. It's going to be brilliant to work with in autumn. There's lots of oranges and blues, and it's just out of this world. If you haven't seen it, I think it's called something like A Tarot Collector's Dream, something like that. It's a few videos back. Do check it out because it is exquisite. And I don't know about you guys, but you know when you discover somebody, and I'm late to the party, it wasn't until the RWS deck, I mean, it's going to be an RWS deck that brings me in, isn't it? Let's be honest. That I was really familiar with Marco's work. I knew that he had some decks on Make Playing Cards, because I picked up the American Tarot on there, one of his decks. But other than that, I wasn't that familiar. I had seen him being interviewed by Marcia, and then I think I stumbled across him watching Marilyn from Marilyn's Tarot Clarity, and I think it all seems like a blur now, but I think it was the Metelli that she was showing that first made me think, wow, what a deck, and I've never seen this Rivoltini before. Anyway, when you start watching certain videos, the algorithm kicks in and it starts showing you others. And then I discovered Marco on Facebook, liked his page, and then I scrolled down and I started seeing other decks. And then I thought to myself, well, there's two more that I want. And I did a video and I said, there's two more decks that I'm going to get. And Marcia from Musings by Marcia messaged me and said, oh, I'd be intrigued what those two decks are, but I hope that one of them is his Minchiati. And it wasn't. So I went down that rabbit hole. And then she was saying, if you order 3 or 4 decks, the postage is exactly the same. Well, that was, you know, the green light. So I ended up ordering three decks. And now I've discovered there's another 2. He's got an Eliphas Levi deck, which looks amazing. And he's also got a Rosenwald. And I've got a Rosenwald from Tarot Sheet Revival that I got quite a few years ago. It's in black and white, but he's coloured the Rosenwald. So here I am again saying there's probably 2 more decks, but we're here to look at, and all I've done is taken the label off with personal information for both myself and Marco. But that's all I've done. Now, I'm only going to show one deck tonight, and I know which one I'm going to show. I will unwrap all 3 of them so you know the 3 that I've ordered. And yes, this was a bit of a splurge, but, and by that I mean buying 3 decks in one go, paying the shipping, and then paying the customs, has, you know, it has been expensive. However, Marco's decks, to say these are handcrafted decks, are really, really reasonably priced. I was quite amazed, really. So I just wanted to mention that. So we'll have a look at what we have. I love how he wraps in this sheets with some of his other decks. I think that might be where the last one, where I did the Bordone, my beloved Bordone, I had the Rosenwald that led me down that path, and I thought, oh wow. So it's really good marketing on Marco's, you know, hats off to him, you know, because he gives you little sneak peeks of his other decks as well. Oh my gosh, that looks like a beautiful Italian deck. I might have to go and do some research. Anyway, I think this is the one I want to show tonight, and it is. This is the Personal Modrone. Oh my gosh, I mean, even the boxes and everything are handmade, which is, you know, a work of art in itself. Now, Marco did send me some crib notes because obviously he's used things like self-loan, where you loan your own piece of art to something, and like another art project is the definition. But because there are missing cards, and that's what I love about Marco, he restores decks, and like the Mitelli, where there aren't pips between 2, 3, 4 and 5, it has the ace and then it starts at 6. He's recreated so that you have a 78 card deck, which I just find brilliant. This is the Minchiati that Marsha told me I had to get. So Marsha made me do it. And this one I'm so excited about. Now this has got the wrapper of what the deck is. Because I really, really love Atea decks. And this is just brilliant. So we will have a look at that at some point in the next few days. I've got very busy few days ahead. I'm not sure when I'll put this one out, because maybe I schedule this for tomorrow night with not having a cup of Catchwoman cards, because I'm out very early in the morning. I'm setting off at 5 a.m. It's already nearly 9 p.m. So there isn't a lot of time this weekend, and Sunday I have a Sunday lunch dinner date, which I'm excited about. Not a date, I just mean a date in the calendar. All right, so the Atea will come at some point, as will the Minchiati, but they're going to one side for now, and we're going to have a look at this stunning deck, Marco Benedetti's Personal Modrone. I will take out the little notes that he sent, because there's quite a bit in there, and I want to make sure that I cover everything. But let's just open this up. So it's in a telescopic box, which, and as you can see, it's already got the, you know, the red speckled backs that came with like the other decks. Now I do have a Visconti-Sforza. That's an Il Meneghello deck. But I'll just grab that, because this is a beautiful 1990 Il Meneghello Visconti-Sforza. And I do have the Modrone that was released by Lo Scarabeo on Kickstarter. And I also have the Kerry Yale and the Pierpont Morgan. But this deck that Marco has put together draws from different Visconti decks, as well as self-loan. Okay. So here you can see Marco Benedetti, Personal Modrone, and Roma 7 2024. So last year this was Oh, gosh. And the thing about Visconti decks as well is they're huge. And this is, you know, it's a little bit taller than a standard. Oh no, actually it's exactly the same size. It feels taller because it was narrower. But this is a standard tarot size, which is another bonus for me. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. So I'll tell you a little bit. Let's bring the camera down a little bit more. Okay, hopefully that's okay. So I'll just read a few of the notes before we show the cards. So Marco says, my personal Visconti, to underline that it is a deck that I made for my pleasure. I have no philological pretensions. Almost certainly the Modrone was a boring and very Catholic deck with 80 cards. 5 times 16, that's the groupings, including 7 virtues. On the other hand, the Visconti-Sforza and the Brambilla were probably originally created with 70 cards, 5 times 14. What matters to me is to bring the Modrone back to life, to be used as a reading deck. Absolutely. With this premise, I imagine the deck with 26 majors, add in the 14 missing traditional arcana, plus Prudence for completing the 7 virtues, for a total of 90 cards. The last edition has 11 extra alternate cards with 2 options for Devil, Tower, Moon, Sun and Pope. And then he says, if you're interested, which I am, I'll happily go into details. So for this, and look how thick this deck is. Oh, it is so beautiful. My goodness, this cardstock. Really nice. I mean, his cardstock is nice. It has this textured, it's matte, but it has this soft, silky and yet textured finish to it, which is just beautiful. So for the reconstruction of the missing cards, I used, in order of preference, self-loan. So I think in particular, I think there's is it the star card? Yes, so that's quite a famous image. So this is taken from other. That's not self-loan. Self-loan is where it's Marco's artwork added to an existing art. Brambilla cards, Visconti-Sforza cards, non-Visconti cards, ancient paintings and frescoes. So that one I just showed you for the star card is an ancient painting. Okay, please note that I do not consider the 6 Visconti-Sforza cards of the second artist as Visconti cards, and I firmly reject them as possible replacement cards. So he then goes through what other cards are either self-loan, Brambilla, Visconti-Sforza, and then other decks. Okay, so I will not read them out. What I'll do is, as we go through the cards, I will try and look for them because they're not in order. They're in groupings of Brambilla, self-loan, Visconti. So we will start here with the Fool. And the Fool is from Visconti-Sforza, as you can see. Oh, look, I don't know how he does this with the colours. They are so beautiful. And I'm looking through the lens and then I'm looking underneath to see, and the lens doesn't do it justice. This is a deep, it's almost orangey colour on camera, but this is a deep, what we would call over here, pillar box red. So our post boxes and telephone boxes, pillar box red is a very deep, rich red. But this cardstock is amazing. So this is Visconti-Sforza, as is the Popess. Now, I'm just thinking whether, no, he said he'd got extra cards there, didn't he? Oh, sorry, I wasn't quite in shot there. Here's our Pope. The Pope is Visconti-Sforza. It's hard to kind of keep my eye out to see where they all fit really. What I should have done really is take this list and perhaps put them in order and just put next to them where they were from, because grouped like this, I'm scanning to see, you know, for instance, for our emperor, I'm like, does it say where the emperor's from? But anyway, our lover's card, which is really beautiful. The Chariot. Interesting. I mean, they're not numbered, but strength is, okay. Here we have Justice. So he did say, didn't he, about extra, was it extra strength cards? He said 2 options for the Devil, Tower, Moon, Sun and Pope. So I saw the extra Pope. We had that. Okay. Oops. So we're going through the virtues now. Beautiful. The Wheel. This is Brambilla. Look at the colours, look at that blue. Oh, stunning. So we've got Father Time here with his hourglass. Love that. I mean, it's Visconti-Sforza, so you might be familiar with it if you have that deck. The Hangman is also Visconti-Sforza. Here's our Death card. Wow, look at the Devil. So this is a painting from The Last Judgment. By Bartolo. Here's our Tower. This is an unidentified image from the illuminated manuscript, and that's kindly reported by Alexandra Miron. This is a very famous The Birth of Venus by Gustave Moreau. I mean, it's just so beautiful, so well put together. This is the Moon card from the Vacetta. The Sun card is the Metelli. Wow, look at that. I'm so excited to use this deck because if I'm honest, I haven't used my Visconti decks nearly as much as I would like to. And there we are with our world card. Okay, so there are 25 major cards. Now, I know Marco always puts his courts first. Now, there are 6 cards within the courts because there's always a female page and a male page, female knight and a male knight, as well as our king and queen. So we have our king. This is cups suit, as you will see, and you can just see the cup there. They were harder to distinguish with them being gold. You know, if you imagine, I mean, these decks were created for nobility, and they were very ornate with gold finishing. So a lot of times, and I think it was the one that was released by Lo Scarabeo on Kickstarter, they almost put a line around them so you could see them against the metallic background. But our queen, and then our 2 knights, male knight and female knight. They're each holding a cup from the base. And then we have our female page, male page. Oh, look at these. Bring them up a bit so you can really see just how exquisite they are. Wow, just look at the blue. I just think Marco is such a blessing to have in the tarot community. He really is. To not only bring back old historic decks, but to make them accessible for us. Oh, that's stunning. Look at that. I want to, before I move on as well, take out the female knight and the queen card, because I'm intrigued to see what he's done here, because he says the queen and female knight of cups from the corresponding coin card mirrored. Because they look very similar with their faces, but he's mirrored them. So we'll have a look when we get there as well. Okay, oh, gosh. So let's have a look, because here, this is wands, isn't it? Batons. Yes. Okay. So our king, queen, look how beautiful. Oh, these just feel so nice. gosh, look at that. Seriously, I hope this is coming out. This blue is, wow. It's electric blue. So beautiful. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this guy and what he's creating. And then we have our swords, so our king and queen. Male and female knights. I mean, these are the very early decks, aren't they? This is what started it all off, you know, the 1400s. This is the birth of tarot. I know there's people out there who believe in, you know, come from Egypt and whatever, but my personal belief is, you know, it started with these decks in Italy in the 1400s. What a shame that the females didn't survive the courts other than the queen. And our female and male pages. Again, these blues are just, I mean, look, sorry, not the camera. The gold, the blues, striking. What a master. I mean, look at that. Okay. So, I'm not sure how that's mirrored. Ah! Yes, mirrored, look. But which one is mirrored here? I'm not sure, I might have misinterpreted that. Or is it? Not quite sure. I mean, they're all pretty similar. All right, and then our coins. Oh, look at this. Wow. So we have our additional cards. I'm excited to see these. Look at this devil. So let me turn it over. What did he say? Two options for the devil. Tower. So let's have a look. We've got our tower and devil. So let's go here. So this is the first tower. Oh wow, this is tough. This is really tough. I really like them both. I think I'll stick with that one. I think. I'm not 100% certain. But do you know what? It's not like I'm tossing them away. They're going in the box, so I can switch them out, can't I? And then let's have a look at the devil. Gosh. Both amazing. There's something about his foot on this, keeping him underfoot, that appeals to me. But then I love this. Look how he's holding them. I think I'll stick with that. I think. And then we have alternate sun, star, moon, and sun. Oh gosh. Decisions. I know you're not seeing them all properly in shot, but I will hold them up. Gosh, how do you choose? I think this one. This one. So hard. Ooh, both beautiful. Oh my gosh. I think this one. And then, did you say we've got extra Devil Tower, Moon, Sun, and Pope? But there's more. Oh, there's more. When he said 2, I thought he meant the one that you get and a choice, but he means 2 extra. So now I have the task of the ones I chose first, whether they'll... Oh. I like this. I love how they're looking up at the star. I really like her though. I'll go with this one for now. The moon. Still this one. And then we have the sun. Gosh, this one, I think it's so difficult. Okay, so what else did he say he'd got? Devil. Oh, I like that devil. Pope. This, whether it's because there's a table there, it looks like a magician card, but he doesn't mention a magician card. 11 extra alternate cards, 2 options for the devil. Did we have 2 options? Would this be a devil card? This must be a devil card then. Tower. I only saw 1 option for the tower. Moon, Sun, and Pope. Okay, so I'm going to look at the Pope. I'm going to stick with that one. And then we'll have a quick look again at the devil that I chose. This one. Bearing in mind we'd had a devil earlier. Wow, I mean, this is very, you know, kind of spilling his guts. But something more devilish about this one. So do I still have 11 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've done something wrong, haven't I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh well, never mind. We'll sort it. It's not a biggie. So this is the Personal Modrone by Marco Benedetti. I just want to see how these, they shuffle like a dream. They really do. What a beautiful, beautiful deck. Try them this way. Just gorgeous. Whoops. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, feels so nice in the hand. Really, really gorgeous. Nice and light. Feel like they're full of air. Amazing cardstock that he uses. Really, really amazing cardstock. Oh, we have our fall. Well, it's a new adventure with this deck. It's the beginning of a love affair. The potential that this deck has. Yeah, wonderful. All right, thank you for watching, everyone. This is the Personal Modrone by Marco Benedetti. Absolutely beautiful, love it. And it's a wonderful addition to my collection of his decks. So at some point over the next few days, I will share with you the Atea and the Minchiati. So look out for them. Thanks for watching, everyone. And until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.